so I can tweet it out?
Yeah, I'm about to give you that in a second. And we're live.
Yay! Hooray!
Hello, everybody. This is Randy Kylis, and with me I have Summer White's YouTuber.
Yeah, I took it. I took the name from some black guy and just inserted white there.
Yeah, so how long have you been making videos?
December 13th was my first video. I had an old channel way back when YouTube was like about mostly just fun stuff. Now it's mostly about people arguing, but that was like a dumb sketch comedy thing I did with myself as a teenager. Those, ugh. If you think SNL is cringeworthy, you should have saw my old videos, which are deleted from YouTube, by the way, so no one will ever, they'll never see those.
Oh, by the way, I am now currently tweeting you the Hangouts link. People should be able to watch it, and hopefully we'll have time for a Q&A. Like from the audience.
Oh, those are always fun, unless it's from my degenerate fans. They ask me awful things.
Hmm. Yes. So, have you ever been a feminist?
I don't think so. I do not believe I have. No.
Okay. Would you describe yourself as an anti-feminist?
I don't think so either. I do not care enough to put either label tattooed on my forehead.
Okay, so you talked about you have a previous YouTube videos that you deleted. That's fine. We don't have to go into details about that. But what's got you started into YouTube in the first place? Like, why did you really want to make videos?
In general, or for this my channel that I have now, the White YouTuber?
Oh, please go into both.
Oh, well, like I always had fun. Making videos are fun, man. They're just so fun. I don't know, I love having fun. That's why when I'll make videos and sometimes I'll get like, a little upset and a little emotional here and there. But when I see people that get really engraved in the whole, oh, it's us versus them kind of thing, I just look at it in the back and I'm just like, man, you all sound fucking stupid. And I like making fun of them. What's it called? But when it came to my original, like when it became like when I was a teenager and I made videos, it was just fun to do. You just picked up a camcorder and you recorded fun shit with your friends, and then it's like, oh well, this is fun. Let's show it to other people. And that's what I did then. And now with this, it's kind of the same thing where it's like, this is really fun. Let's, might as well upload it to YouTube, show it to other people. I first started though when I made the video about Christy Winters lying about Bear, and I was just like, oh, I really want to show that she's lying. She's clearly lying. And I did that. And then I realized, all right, well, I fucking went to college for communications. I might as well see if I can maybe do something with this whole YouTube thing, because if I'm going to get a career, I might as well be in something I love to do. And so far, my channel's doing pretty well, so I'm actually happy about that.
Yeah. And so, Vice Donica. It's I think the echo is coming from your end.
Oh, my connection's fucked up?
I just had an echo for some reason, and I don't get it. Anyway, um, let's see. Next question would be, well, what advice would you give to somebody who wanted to do YouTube?
Well, I guess do YouTube, like make videos, or just do whatever the fuck you want. If you actually want to be on YouTube, ask yourself why. Like if you want to be on YouTube solely for views, you're not gonna have fun. Obviously, I'm on here a little bit for views, or else everyone that uploads a video to YouTube publicly does it. One of the reasons is for views, or else they wouldn't upload their videos publicly. That's just makes no sense. But the main reason better be because you want to fucking have fun with it, or else you're not gonna have fun. I mean, why would you want to do something that's not fun? That's like having a job that you hate, which all of us have dealt with at one point in our lives, and we all know how much that sucks. So if you want to do YouTube, have fun and make sure that if you go, oh, why is no one, why am I not getting as many views as I want? Well, go rewatch your videos and go, I could fix that. I could do that. Would I really want to watch that if it wasn't me on the screen? So just fucking have fun and try to do the best at it.
Okay. Sorry, let me get these questions up. Let's see. What book would you recommend to your audience? I mean, if you are an avid reader, what book would you recommend it to your audience?
Oh, I've never read a book cover to cover, in like a reasonable span in my whole entire life. So I cannot. Apparently, nowadays the Quran's pretty popular. People have been talking about that a lot. So I don't know. It might be a good read. You guys should read that.
Yeah, everybody should read the Quran. Just don't follow it.
Yeah, go. I mean, apparently it's popular. It sounds like it's one of a bestseller. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, why not? Anyway, who did you vote for in the presidential election?
I was actually in bed with because at that point I had an epidural steroid injection in my spine, so I was laying in bed that day, and literally the doctors that gave me the injection were like, "Hey, you should go out and vote," and I'm just like, I just had a needle near my my dura or whatever, like right outside my dura. Why would I go? And he's like, well, yeah, but you have a. I mean, all you're gonna do is stand, press some buttons, or press the write on paper, and I'm just like, nah, I'm okay. So I didn't vote. That's my long story of me telling you I didn't vote.
Hmm. Did you lean one way or the other? I mean, like if you weren't sick or anything, did you lean a particular way?
I did, but not like in a political. I don't follow politics. I just follow people who follow politics because they're fun to make fun of. And I guess I wanted Trump to win. I guess a little bit of a cynical reason as well because I knew that there would be a freak out, which of course there was, and it was just so fun watching people. I guess love watching a train wreck is always fun, and people freaking out over nothing was just great because I guarantee you almost everyone whose life was what it was before the election, before anyone went into office, like before Trump went into office, I guarantee you that mostly everyone's life is still exactly the same it is today.
Yeah, but so many people like Trump is literally Hitler, and blacks are gonna go back to being slaves, or
I
blacks
know.
are gonna be forced back to Africa.
How funny is that? Like that's the thing. That's the chaos that I love to watch. Where it's like, are they really like half of them are saying it because they actually believe that might happen, which is awesome. How stupid someone can actually be, and then the other half, and the other half are saying it because they just want to jump on the bandwagon and just say stuff.
Yeah, I disagree with you there. Not only think human stupidity is a good thing. Uh,
Yeah, there's 7.5 billion of us. Some of them just, some of them are gonna be poor, some are gonna be stupid. So I mean, I'm poor, so there you go.
okay, so I think there's an echo from your end.
Shit, I feel bad. I'm sorry. It's usually never like that. I'm sorry.
Anyway, ha- do you consider yourself an MRA, or um, are you an activist, or how do you feel about men's rights
Oh God,
issues?
God, am I an act? No, I have never once had a movement type agenda in one of my videos, nor will I. Hopefully I won't in the beginning, unless it's like some personal thing, like I'm individually trying to help someone out. I'm never gonna try to fucking have them. Oh my God, we have to sign this bill. Like even when I did my Daddy 05 video, people were asking me to sign a petition to have the kids stripped away, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't feel comfortable with that. No, thank you. But with the MRA thing, no, they actually do actual work. They actually bust their ass with what they do. So no, I don't think I'm that.
Now, have you ever at any points in your life considered yourself a MGTOW, because I noticed that men would get into really nasty breakups and then they go through this phase where it's like, I'm done with women. I'm just done with women for good. Have you ever had a MGTOW experience?
A MGTOW experience? I mean, every day I feel like throwing my girlfriend into the Grand Canyon. So if that like I just want to push her, just like push her off a fucking moving train. But no, just like activists or anti social justice warrior or or feminists or all that. I never consider myself that. Now people like sometimes will consider me something, and I always go, "That's cool." Like I don't care enough to argue it. If someone wants to label me something, I do care enough to tell you that I don't care though. So
Okay. What do you think about the alt right?
I don't know. What do you think about the alt right?
I don't think much of them. I just think that they are a bit, I think some of them are just a bit white identitarian, and they could be like, some of them are, I'm not saying that each and every single last one, because you're going to find the people who are, well, I am in the alt-rights and I'm nothing like that. There's us going to be like, that's not all of us people, but yeah, I just think that it's a white identitarian movement. Um, oh, can you unmute yourself? Are you able to do that?
Oh no, no. I keep muting myself when you talk. That way, in case there's an echo.
Yeah. So that's how I feel about the alt right. What do you think?
I think of the alt-right like any other group I think of where there's going to be good and bad people. Now, if the majority of people in a group are bad, then you start going, all right, if you're in that group, you should probably question yourself because that means if you're in that group, the majority of the people you see in that group are bad people. So you should kind of look in the mirror and go, do I really want to be a part of that? But with alt-right, just like any group, like even with anything, like with cops or with people in the military or I'm trying to think, or like MGTOWs or anything, any type of group, there's going to be, or any type of profession, there's going to be bad people. There's some bad people in everything. So, there's some assholes in the alt right. And as of what I've seen when it comes to the alt right, uh, it just seems like people that are conservative, really far conservative. There are some bad people in it. When I see the bad people that are part of the alt right, you get like the typical douchebags that who's that dude, the Richard Spencer dude? He like does the Heil Hitler sign or whatever, but it's not for Heil Hitler. It's just like to show that, show white pride or something. And I hate the people that do that and act surprised when people go, "How could you do that? That's wrong." It's like, you know what you were doing. You wanted the negative tension. Shut up.
Yeah. What do you think about what transpired between Sargon of Akkad and Anita Sarkeesian and calling Sargon a trash human? I don't know if you were there or not. Were you there?
No, I have a life, so I decided not to go to VidCon.
Yeah, can't. I wasn't able to go to VidCon. I wanted to go. Like I wanted to meet Blair White, Sargon. I wanted to meet so many people, but
Eh,
I
fuck,
just
yeah,
I just couldn't go. Couldn't
fuck,
go.
fuck them all. I also hate planes. I would never. I hate planes. Blah, it freaks me out. Uh, both. Yeah, it's both like it's just dumb. The reaction. It's so stupid. The whole like, did you hear what she said to him? It's like, yeah, I like. I'm not even surprised. He sat right there. He was. They were all waiting for that. They were hoping. They probably did a prayer and a shot of vodka or tequila before sitting down, going, "Oh, I hope she points me out. I hope she points me out." And the second she pointed him out, it like boom, he got more famous. She got more famous. So at the end of the day, it worked out for both of them.
I don't know how well it worked out for Anita Sarkeesian. I mean, sure, you have feminists that stand up for her, but I, from what I hear, like I did talk to people from the feminist community, and from what I could gather, they seem to like her because she tells off, the anti-feminist community, and she tells them off and shows them what for, and that's why they like her so much.
Yeah, well, exactly, and that's the thing. So the people that already disliked her still obviously dislike her, and then the people who enjoy her, they still enjoy her. And now and now she's getting her name broadcast to a wider scale. So now people who don't know about her. And even if the majority of the people who just found out about her didn't like what she did and go, oh, I'll never enjoy that girl. Just if you get a couple of those new people, that's an extra couple new people right there that enjoy you.
Yeah, because there were people that were in the back because they pretty much ignored all the people in the front because they were just shitlords. So they were taking questions from the back, and she just got so many criticisms. Like there were person. I don't even think he said anything all that negative. The only thing he said was, "Do out of all of your years, out of everything you said for years." Do you believe in what you are saying? And she just was like, next, next. It's kind of like that is pretty innocuous question. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, yes or no. I mean, yes, she completely overreacted. I mean,
Can I
if somebody asked me, do I believe in the things that I say in my videos? I'll just be like, yeah. I mean, like that's like the easiest question to ever ask.
can I ask a question? Were you a fan of Anita Sarkeesian before that altercation?
Nope.
Yeah. So see, so like it's if you didn't like her before, you're not gonna. It's the same thing. You're not gonna like her afterwards, and then vice versa.
Yeah, I just think that, the feminists who like her because, she tells the anti-feminists off, and she will call them, sexist, misogynist, and yell them at them to their face and whatnot. And that's the reason why they like her. But other than that,
I'm starting to realize that. Well, not starting to realize. I realized this a while ago, but if you're on YouTube and you're trying to make a brand on YouTube, the whole negative attention is good attention. There's no such thing as bad attention or bad criticism because like you want the attention. But now it's like full on. Basically, unless you do something illegal in a real like bad illegal, like jail and prison sentence illegal, negative attention is amazing for you. Like you saw that dude that was yelling at the security guard, calling him ugly and not famous, and he's nothing and whatnot. I tweeted that out, going, that dude that was yelling, the blonde bleach tip fucking faggot motherfucker, he's probably more famous now than he was a couple days ago or a day ago. So literally, unless you do something illegal, this negative attention, it's like we just eat it all up. It's so juicy. We just can't stop talking about it.
yeah, like now there are just so many videos about Anita Sarkeesian calling Sargon a garbage human. I think it's because of the hypocrisy of it all, because you can see videos of her, years prior where she's like, being called a liar is cyber violence, and being called, saying you suck is cyber violence. But then Sargon is just sitting down quietly. He's not being rude or mean, or he didn't even say anything at all.
Oh,
And then
but
he just started.
he had that little smirk on it. You know for a fact he was probably sitting there with that little smirk on his face, like, "Oh, I can't wait to see what happens."
Yeah, but it's like, oh, sorry, there's just a really bad echo. Anyway, he may have wanted it to happen. That may have been the case, but she still could have handled it better. Like, for example, if I was in her position, I just would have let Sargon make the first move. Like, I think that was even in some strategy books, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if it was Robert Greene who written it, but it's like always lets the other person make the first move. Always. That's the way you could better calculate the prior actions, because nobody likes it when a person overreacts.
I
Not
think
only that,
I
not only
think
that,
that
but everything is bad for her. It's very bad for her visually, having a platform, but still calling herself a victim with no power. Like she literally has a platform, and they pay for their tickets, and they pay for all of this. But she's like up there on stage. We all know she's pretty wealthy, and yet she's like, oh, I have no power. It's just bad on a visual standpoint.
well, it's all an act. That's why I think she did it. That's why in the back of her mind when she did all that, she knows it's all an act. This is she's fake. This is all an act. I'm letting everyone know that. Like the whole I'm upset, men are empowered, everything's sexist, white men are evil and all that. It's all an act. It's just something to keep sell. It's so easy to sell, and the people that buy into it are so fucking dumb that they buy into it, and they buy into so much that she gets her own fucking panel and her own fucking microphone at VidCon. They buy into it so much, and it's such a family friendly thing to sell nowadays too. If you don't curse and you just say you're allowed to like say white jokes and white people are evil and shit like that, that's considered okay. So why not? So she just keeps doing it. She's fake. I bet you deep down, or not even bet you, I know for a fact deep down, she doesn't believe almost anything she says. She just says it because it's an easy selling point.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of obvious. Like, it's kind of like if she really believed what she was saying. I mean, like before, that being called a liar is harassment. Being told that you suck is harassment. If she really truly believed things like that, there is no way she would call Sargon a garbage human being. To me, it just belies her previous arguments.
Yeah, exactly. Like no one's dumb enough to believe that, oh, what you do is harassment, but me calling you human garbage is okay. You can't be that dumb and also make a bunch of money off of what you're doing. So she knows the game. She's done it before. She's actually very smart, because you can tell deep down that the only thing she cares about is fame and having money. And right now she's doing well at being famous and making money off of that fame. So when it comes to that, she's actually really, really smart, and good for her. I hate her, but I can't knock the hustle.
Yeah, I think the problem is also like the mindsets of her followers. They don't really seem to be, they don't even seem to be cared about being used and being taken advantage of. Like, this is what I think is going on. I think what's going on is that I noticed that there are anti-feminist YouTubers who would make a YouTube video on pretty much anybody, even if they have like 5 subscribers and they're just starting out on YouTube. And what I think is going on is that a person has a bit of stage fright, and they probably are a feminist, and they probably are using YouTube to overcome stage fright. And these people like have 0 subscribers, 5 subscribers. Feminism is all that they've never known. And then you have a person who makes a video response to you, and you get a bunch of people criticizing you, and you were and you and they feel like, well, I just overcame stage frights, and they're using YouTube to overcome stage frights just to get a bunch of downvotes and have a bunch of people criticizing them. And I think that's what's going on. And then they see like Anita Sarkeesian and Christy Winters like telling, the anti-feminists off. And then they're attracted to that because they were just there to overcome stage frights. And then I think that's what leads them to cling together so tightly, as opposed to listening to our differences of opinion. At least that's what I think is going on.
True, true. I feel bad for this echo. I don't hear it on my end. I don't know. Everything was going well with my microphone earlier.
But sometimes I just hear this really loud echo on my end, and it does get really distracting for me. Anyway, is there any questions for from the people in chats? You
Oh,
know, like
real quick before we get to that, totally tell them. We remember we did a collab a little while back.
yeah, oh yeah, me and White's YouTuber, we did a collab and it was great. I think it came out really funny. And I mean, I watched it, it's like, wow, we both did a really good job.
That was really funny. Just like the fucking professors handing out the how to deal with Trump, like how to deal with the evil of Trump pamphlets to students. It was like, what the fuck? Like he's going around as like he's in your closet as a scary monster or something. Yeah, that was funny.
Well, though it's also quite depressing how unhinged adults who deal with children are like. When you have college professors or teachers at schools, and even the celebrities, like you see like people in their 30s, 40s, and Lord only knows how old Madonna is, and all of these people who should know better, they should really know better, acting unhinged. But it's really terrible when a person is a college professor and they're having this influence on the students. But I
Money,
think it would
money,
backfire. I think
money.
I think it would backfire one day, and I think we're already seeing it backfire. Like I forget exactly what they were chanting. I think they were chanting to get these racist teachers out of our campus at Greenswick. I think it was Greenswick. You can see like teachers, white teachers, surrounded by students that are really close, really personal, yelling at their faces to get out of school for Anti-White Day. Hello, like
Oh
YouTuber?
no, I mean, yeah, no, I like couldn't click the fucking microphone for a second. Yeah, the fucking the anti-white day, the evergreen thing. Oh, there's so much. It's so juicy. It's just so. That's the all right. If there's anything that gets me upset the most, it's fucking teenagers who act like they're in charge of shit. God, you know why? Because growing up, I would see you don't see it anymore because fucking everyone's vaporizing, which is another gay thing that I could get into for an hour. But you would see these high school students, 16, 17, 18 years old, smoking cigarettes, right? And they're smoking cigarettes like, oh, I'm so stressed out. And it's just like, the fuck you got anything to be stressed out about? You got nothing. Absolutely nothing to get stressed about. Yeah, your parents might be dead, but besides that, you got nothing. You got homework and assignments, nothing else. And then they're telling, like in Evergreen, they're telling these professors, like, like this is stuff we have to do on the daily. Like we have to do all these assignments and shit like that. And it's like, oh, for two things. One, every teenager that deals with what they're dealing with doesn't have to deal with as much as the average 40-year-old. And two, they all these kids and me or you or anyone, they just want to be mad to be mad. At this point, people just all you see all the people protesting and whatnot, they just want to be upset. They're actually happy being upset. That's why they do it. They just want to be empowered in some way and they don't know how to go about it, so they just decide to protest.
Mm, I disagree. Teenagers were smoking even back when I was in school, and I'm pretty sure that teenagers were smoking even when my mother and father were going to school.
Well, yeah,
Teenagers
that's
smoking.
what I mean. I mean, like any teenager since the dawn of time has not had to deal with as much as the average 30-year-old or whatever.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, pretty much all teenagers smoke, no matter what the time period. I mean, maybe not before cigarettes were invented, but smoking cigarettes has always been that teenage edgy thing to do. Like, I'm quite sure that at least one of my parents, or yeah, I think my aunt was a smoker in high school. So it's kind of a lot like this is something that's all teenagers do just to be a bit edgy.
Yeah, that's all they do. No teenager has ever actually smoked a cigarette going, "Oh man, I really needed this, man. I'm just so fucking stressed out." No, they did it going, "Oh, I'm so cool. Oh, this is awesome. I'm such a badass." That's the only reason a teenager has ever smoked a cigarette in the history of ever.
Yeah. No, for me, my life has been a little bit different though. Like I was more stressed when I was in school than I was when I graduated and got out of school. Like for me, adulthood was a lot more pleasant than being in school. I don't know if that's because I'm a young adult. I don't know if it's because like I'm 28 and maybe if I was 40s or if I'm like, in my 50s, if things would be worse. But for me, high school was worse than high school was worse than being adulthood because mostly the people, it's really just the people than the assignments. It's also probably because each and every job I had is pretty solitary. So because I have solitary job after solitary job, I never really had to deal with people. So I have, never been really all that stressed. That, but when you work, in solitary, you could just like listen to music and sometimes like you could just get away with watching a movie on your phone or something. So, yeah, you could go ahead.
Oh, did you want to do the question and answer thing?
Oh yeah. Is there anybody on chats that has a question for the White's YouTuber?
No, no one's gonna have anything to ask for me. Oh God,
Yeah,
no one enjoys me.
yeah. This is usually the funnest parts. It's really fun. I did one of these a few times, and everybody enjoyed themselves. Okay, how do you think the VidCon managements will deal with garbage gates?
See, that's a solid that is a solid question, Carlos David. um, see, that's something that we'll see because if they decide to deal with it in a negative way towards Anita, yet again, it's going to help her because then she'll just cry about, oh, this is sexist, blah, blah, blah. And then if they deal with it in basically a positive way, basically not doing anything towards her, and maybe even worse, like somehow punishing Sargon, then they'll get a bunch of other people crying, oh my God, how could you do this? This is bullshit. You guys are so liberal. You're trying to keep us down. Like, oh, it's just a shit show for them. It's so either way how they deal with it, they're gonna wind up with egg on their face from whenever side doesn't agree with it.
Yeah, by the way, I have a question for you. Do you think that people on, the liberal side, and when I say the liberal side, I do mean the far left, do you think that they're at, say, lose-lose situation at this point?
I think if you get into politics not as a career choice, then you're already in a lose-lose situation. I mean, who actually watches politics and is fun most of the time? Anytime I see someone who watches or reads about politics, they usually are always pissed off about what they're reading or watching. It just seems like an ordeal. And this is coming from someone who's a sports fan. I'm an insanely high sports fan, and I know how stupid it is because I have no dog in the fight. I don't play on a team. I don't gamble. So the fact that I'm a sports fan is dumb because it doesn't affect my life at all positively. It only affects my life negatively because I'll get stressed out. And that's how I view politics. Unless you're making money off of it, then you're already in a lose-lose situation.
Mm, let's see. The Ultra S-Ray is asking you, are you from Denmark?
No, I'd like to visit Denmark one day.
Um, I'm not sure what David Carlos is asking. Is it Nazi Skeption? I'm not really sure what he's asking
It's
who that
basically
is.
basically the it's he's basically asking if it's the Inception movie, but in the background there's just a slight like faded out swastika, like you can barely see it, but it's right there on the bottom right of the screen. Probably I don't know, probably. I don't know.
Uh, Does anybody else have any more questions for the White's YouTuber? I'm surprised that more people didn't come to ask you questions.
I'm a nobody on YouTube. I got like 17 subscribers.
Oh, I mean, it's not going to last for very long. Like, I mean, when I interviewed Crowds, he was only at 3,000 subscribers. Believe it or not, you can go.
Damn, really? When did you interview him then? When was that?
It's somewhere in my channel. I have it on a playlist, but when I interviewed Crowdson T, he only had 3,000 subscribers at a time. Then eventually the Amazing Atheist took notice of him. Now he's like at like 122,000 subscribers. So yeah, like if the right people notice you, if the right people notice you, especially if you get in arguments with them, like people are attracted to drama. People love a drama. Even Romy Millennial benefited from drama. Like it was that drama with Lacey Green overreacting to her that Philip DeFranco Philip DeFranco took notice of Romy Millennial. So it's kind of a lot like the greatest thing that could ever happen to you is if a big, huge YouTuber just goes off on you.
I actually, if you ever get a chance, because I think every time I've spoken to Crowd, I've never said one positive thing to him. But to be fair, I actually like him. I like I do like his videos sometimes. Sometimes his videos can drag, but overall, they're pretty good. So if you ever get a chance, tell him that the white YouTuber said, "Hey, you're a cool guy," because he does seem like a cool dude. But I do like ragging on him because it's fun. Because he's so into politics, and I just like making fun of that. I do that with Naked Ape all the time too.
Yeah, yeah, I make videos about politics, but it's not something that really stresses me out. I think it's because I listen to everybody rather than being the person who sees something that I don't like and start yelling and screaming. Uh, oh, this question is for me. Man, the person doing the interviewing is getting a question. Okay, the Ultra S Ray is asking me, are you Scandinavian? Nope. Let's see. This is a question for you. Balcony Seas is asking, do you feel the censor rights and the censor left will make a new party?
I have no fucking idea what that is. I have no fucking clue what that is.
I think he's talking about people who are politically to the center, and I don't know, but I don't think so. I just doubt that it would ever happen. But I do think that people in the center, whether they are center left or center right, have far more in common than the extremes on either side. Like, like I'm to the center, and I can never ever get to a person who is so extreme because they just come across as crazy and insane to me. But if somebody's so moderate, like even if they are a moderate feminist, like, and by moderate feminist, I mean they're not crazy, they're not insane, they're not, attacking me with word salads. If they're like a feminist, but they were like chill and cool, I could have a conversation with them in a dialogue. But for extremes like even with like MGTOW or people who go around flagging a video because a feminist made it. So they just go to feminist videos and start flagging it and trying to set them up. I am not going to understand an extremist. I'm not going to understand a person who genuinely wants to beat the crap out of feminists. I'm not going to understand an extremist from either side. And I find both of them repelling, and both of them are just a total turn off to me. And if you do punch people and hitting people for doing nothing but disagreeing with you, then I could promise you that I would want nothing, absolutely nothing to do with you.
You tell him, girlfriend.
Oh yeah, don't you know? You know. Yeah. So is there any more questions for the White's YouTuber?
I
Um
think I think there's one more about the Ultra X-ray.
uh yeah, the Ultra S Ray is asking question for either of you. Am I wrong for being pissed off with Onision regarding his anti-Manchester tweets? I didn't even see those tweets to be honest. I don't even know what he said to be honest.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing those tweets. He was saying basically the terrorist act happened and I think 9 people died, and then like he kept like saying other statistics like so and so people die each year or each minute or something of this. Where's the videos for that? Where's the outrage for that? Uh it's your feelings, Ultra X-Ray. Whatever you feel, man, just go with it.
Oh, I saw those videos too. That's like I didn't see his tweets, but I do remember seeing the videos, and I made a video response to it. But I tried doing a live video response. I've done this before, and doing a live video response is a lot of fun. However, it seems like YouTube has changed, and if you try to do it now, the other person is muted. Like when I played Anisian's video, everything he said was mute. I was able to hear him, but I think it's because it was my computer. But for the people watching, he was just mute the whole time, which totally sucks. So it looks like I would never ever be able to do a live video response ever again, which is weird because in my videos, when you watch any of my videos, they're pretty much all impromptu. Like I don't really rehearse my videos. I don't really script my videos. I just really, turn the camera on and I just say whatever's in my head and I would just upload it. And I rarely edit. Like sometimes I do. There are videos I have that I've clearly edited and you could totally tell, but most of the time I just turn the camera on, talk for a few minutes, and I tend to talk too much, so I talk for like 20 minutes, and then I just turn the camera off, and whatever happens I just upload and pay attention to what's happening on the news and talk about the next topic.
Yeah, that's yeah, I never script my video. That's always the best way to do it, I think.
It's the most stress-free way to do it.
Yeah. Oh wow, my girlfriend's calling.
The Ultra S-Ray is asking, what do you guys make of the Grenfell Tower fire? Is that the one that happened in England? It,
Yeah, I think that's that big fire that there was a building and it was on fire. So I'm gonna guess that one.
yeah, I think it happened in England, and I just don't know much about it. Um,
Ah, she got. Oh, that's
um,
my fucking time. Oh Jesus, this girl. I didn't really know. I just knew that a building was on fire. I didn't know anything more about that, to be honest with you.
yeah, same here. So does anybody else, or oh, sure, you can ask another question if you want, but I just want to know if there's any more questions from people on chats because, I mean, it's your chance to ask a question. Hmm. Well, it doesn't look like anybody is asking any more questions.
That's fine. That's fine. I have to talk to Ed real quick and then continue editing my video for tomorrow. Anyway.
So I guess we would end it here then. So,
Sure. Yeah.
so I would like to thank the White YouTuber for coming. And again, it was great doing a video collab with you. I mean, that video collab, it was really fun, and I think- I really loved doing that, and I wouldn't mind doing a video collaboration with you again if you're up for it. I
Oh
can
my, of
see.
course I'm the fucking collab king. I would love to. I mean, hopefully my 17 subscriber channel can help give you a nice boost, but definitely.
Oh, then could we do this again? Like, could we do another video club? Like, when you're finished with that guy, could we just work
Oh,
something out?
I have a lot of people on my plate right now, but I'll definitely like just DM me or whatever. And you know, if you find a video I'm interested in, we could totally do one.
Okay, then. Thank you for coming. This was this was a great. Uh,
I know, sorry that.
yeah, thank you for coming again. It was great for you to be here, and thank you. I would like to thank everybody for watching. See you all the next time.
Bye.
Bye.